had a very funny little question this week. Somebody, probably young, wants to know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing to be famous. And I'm going to have to explain something now, because thanks to YouTube, these things go out all over the world. And in some areas you're not famous. And even in your own country sometimes you're not famous, because fame is a very fleeting thing. It doesn't last for very long. For those who are in foreign countries, yep, I became well known in the United Kingdom. That's it. And to many people, I suppose I still am. I don't let it, I hope, go to my head. I just get on with living. I've never really understood those guys who say, oh no, I don't sign autographs, no. Because you should. Those are the people that, buy the tickets and follow you and all that jazz. So anyway, that's just me and my belief. I think if I go big time, my mother would slap my legs. So is it any good being famous? Yes, it can bring you desirable things, what you want to buy, you can buy it, that kind of thing. It does have little hang-ups sometimes, like for example, Debbie and I once went to the Ideal Home exhibition and we got about 10 paces in the door and 3 hours later backed out slowly signing autographs, which is very nice, and I don't mind that really, but we didn't get to see what we wanted to see. And the organisers found out, so the next day they opened it all up a bit early for us. So I guess being famous has that advantage as well. It gets you better seats and all that jazz. I did hear a story one time, it could be true, about the great Johnny Carson, who was easily one of the greatest chat show hosts of all time. A real good, all-round, entertaining chat show host. And he got very used to being famous, and it does open doors, and you get free taxi rides and all that jazz. But it got a bit to him, I think, and the rumour is that he decided to go away for a month, to get away from it all, somewhere he wasn't famous. And apparently they went off to the continent, Europe, Italy, I think, and after, he was there for a month, but after a week, they came home because they couldn't stand not being able to go at the front of the line, not being able to get the best service instantly, So you see, fame has its advantages, but sometimes you might think it's a bit of a disadvantage. I have seen, sadly, particularly in the pop world, where the management surround them with bodyguards and stuff like that, which attract a crowd. Of course they do. But when Jack Jones, singer, was at his height in this country, I met him walking through Knightsbridge with a couple of carrier bags, and we just happened to be in the same shop. And I was kind of dressed down, and he was dressed down. Nobody was taking any notice. And he just turned around and he says, aren't you the singing guy? Aren't you the magic guy? And I said, aren't you the singing guy? And we both laughed and walked away. Ronnie Barker, great comedian, writer, comedy actor, great writer. Used to drive round in a beat-up old car. Nobody took any notice. So if you want fame to attract all the crowds and the screaming, you can have it. If you want a better life, you just get on with it.